Have you ever noticed the flags behind the president when he's speaking, or even a general officer when he happens to be giving a press conference, or another U.S. dignitary during a public speaking appearance? Those flags behind them do have a specific reason as far as their precedence order and the protocol placement of those flags. My name is Jason Heisel. By the end of my speech today, you'll have a better understanding of saluting the United States flag, the flag etiquette of the United States, as well as the precedence order in which flags are to be placed. First, we're going to discuss the U.S. flag and the honor in which it holds to Americans alike when it comes to saluting the flag. A few of the basics and understanding and saluting of the U.S. flag that one should know is that in June of 1923, the National Flag Code was constructed by representatives of over 68 organizations. When other flags are carried, the flag of the United States may be centered in front of the others or carried to the right. When the flag passes in a procession or when it's hoisted or lowered, that flag, all should face the flag and salute. To salute, all persons must come to attention. Members of the military that are in uniform will render the proper military salute. Members of the armed forces or veterans that are not in uniform, again, are permitted to render that same military salute. Citizens will salute by simply placing their right hand over their heart. Gentlemen that happen to have a cap or a hat on of any kind will simply take off the cap, place it to the left, and again render their salute by placing their right hand over their heart. Now that we've taken a look at the basics of saluting and understanding of the flags, we're going to take a closer look at the proper etiquettes of the flag, of the United States flag. The flag code, there's a flag code that formalizes and unifies the traditional ways in which we give respect to the flag, and it also contains specific instructions on how the flag is not to be used. The flag of the United States is always placed in the position of honor, which is to its right. This places the flag to the left of the audience facing the flag in an auditorium or outside a building, to the left of any other flags displayed with it, as seen as to the perspective of a viewer. The instructions on how the flag is not to be used should be reviewed and adhered to, even though there is no penalty for failure to comply with it and it is not widely enforced. The U.S. flag should never be dipped to any person or thing and should never be flown upside down, as that is a sign of distress. The flag should not be used as any part of a costume or athletic uniform, except the U.S. flag patch that can be worn by a U.S. military member, policeman, or fireman. The flag should never have placed on it any type of insignia, letter, word, numbers, or drawings of any kind. So next time you happen to see someone signing a United States flag, wearing it as a tie or even as a jacket or any other type of garment, know that that is not proper flag etiquette and should not be done so. Finally, I'm going to explain to you and demonstrate a few examples of the precedence order of flags and the combination of scenarios that would affect the placement of the flags. The order of precedence of the flags is national flag, state flags, branches of military service, as well as any other flags. The United Nations uses an alphabetical order in the presentation of national flags so that no one country has precedence over the other. My first example is going to be that of, say, if a governor happened to be speaking in his own state. The United States flag, again, is going to be placed to the far right or the audience's left, which is a position of honor. The state flag is going to be placed next, and then the United States branches of military service are going to be placed in order in which their creation date is, as well as any other flag. In this example, we're going to use the POW/MIA flag. If there were a general, say, also in that same state, that would be speaking at a press conference, again, we're going to use the state flag of Florida as our example. Again, the United States flag, the state flag in which he's in, of the state flag, as well as then, again, the branches of service. And we're going to use, as an example, the National Guard, because that is the organization which I'm a part of, and their flags will be placed in order in which their creation date is. This example for the National Guard, because they do represent two branches of service, which are the Army and the Air Force, the Army is always going to be placed first, simply because their creation date was in 1775. The Air Force creation date was in 1947. We're going to leave the POW flag as an example for all of these specific scenarios, because in honor of all of our military service members that have served before us, that have been captured, that have been prisoners of war, or also missing in action. As another example, we're going to show, say if the president or a U.S. dignitary were to be speaking in another country, again, the United States flag is going to be placed first in the position of honor. The country flag is going to be placed next. For our example, we're going to use France. If they happen to be speaking there, the country is going to be placed next, and then again, any other flag such as service, military services, and the POW flag. If another country were to be represented or being honored in that speech, you would place that flag again in that alphabetical order, again set by the United Nations. We're going to pretend that our Florida flag happens to be the flag of Germany. That would simply go after France, because in an alphabetical order, it would be France, then Germany. So by now you should have a better understanding of the basic protocols of the flag placement, specifically dealing with the military atmosphere, for two main reasons. First, according to the Department of Defense directive, and the prescribed precedence of military flags is determined by service birthdays. But most importantly, the flag code, which formalizes and unifies the traditional ways in which we give respect to the flag and contains specific instructions on how the flag is not to be used. So next time you happen to be at a military organization or any other event that you happen to see flags, you'll have a better understanding of why the flags are in the placement order in which they are, as well as the next time that you happen to watch the president, you're going to notice that the United States flag is to the president's right, and as well as in the president's specific positional flag will be to his left. I hope you have a better understanding of the flag protocols that I have set before you, and you'll enjoy the knowledge that you will gain from this speech.